Hey, what's up, everyone? Welcome to episode 216 of the Foo Bar Show. Lot to discuss, but first, ALF live events, man. Whether you'd like to host your next virtual event or you're ready to go live in person or given the times, foos, in a socially responsible manner, ALF can help you do it right. They pride themselves in being masters of audio, visual, and lighting solutions. And most recently, foos, they've become masters of virtual events and meetings, partnering with their clients to produce live events in a socially safe environment. Go to alflei.com to get their contact information. They can be contacted via phone call or email for any questions on how they can help you produce a flawless event. That's ALF Live Events at alflei.com. That's alflei.com. Also, want a free Foo Bar Show t-shirt? There's only so many left. Send us a screenshot of you leaving us a 5-star positive review on Apple Podcasts, and we'll send you a Foo Bar Show t-shirt free of charge. It helps us tremendously with sponsors and building up this Foo Bar community for future giveaways and events. But Joe C., what if I don't use Apple Podcasts? What if I want something other than a shirt but still want to support the pod? I'm glad you asked, fellow Foo. We've partnered up with tpublic.com to bring you tons of new merchandise items like totes, travel mugs, magnets, baseball tees, and regular tees in tons of new colors and styles. Go to our merch page found at foobarshow.com to check it all out. And while you're filling up that shopping cart, also check out my band's merch also through TeePublic at thefallenelectric.com. And now, without further ado, Foos, episode 216, here we go. From Filthy Martini Studios in Ontario, California, it's the Foo Bar Show! Hey, what's up, everyone? I am Joe C.
With the Pkew.
Josh.
And Steph.
Thank y'all very much for listening into the Foo Bar Show. Thanks for hitting subscribe, and remember to rate, review, and tell your friends like a champ. You can always reach us and check out our new merch at foobarshow.com. That's FOOBarshow.com, and search FOO Bar Show on YouTube, Twitch, Twitter, and Instagram. Check us out, drop us a line, and we'll foo it up like a couple of foos. Ain't that right, foos?
Seafood.
Yeah.
Yes.
On tap today, we got some health and such. We got Geeking Out, some Wandavision stuff, some Godzilla stuff, some other stuff. And
sounds like we got stuff. Food.
We got a lot of stuff to talk about today. And,
I like stuff.
But let's slow down for a second, man. The Foo wasn't with us last week for a very important reason. Foo, you want to tell us why?
I was busy.
The Foo was doing he was doing a gender reveal where he was he was gonna figure out what kind of human supposedly he was gonna have. Humanoid, right? Human-like.
A Fooman.
You know, I asked you to give me a call and let me know how everything went, and I guess I missed your call, Foo, and you left me a voicemail because we were under the suspicion that you were going to be doing one of them gender reveals that required a lot of fire. And I don't think we were wrong when we received this.
Oh my God, everything's on fire! Ah!
Can you explain yourself, Foo?
Well, Foo, the lighting, you're not supposed to put the balloons next to the lighting because the balloons pop, and we bought some balloons with some glitter in them, and that glitter was made of paper, believe it or not, Foo.
Uh-huh.
So once that paper hit the light, it was like backdraft, Foo.
Oh, shit.
Oh, wow, that's a lot of fire.
So fire came alive, Foo?
Has a mind of its own.
Was Josh right? And did you use any napalm for this gender reveal party?
No, I used butane.
Butane.
Oh,
That's
shit.
my boy.
Butane because it sinks to the floor, Foo. Okay, that's the key here.
You have a corporate
Butane
account?
sinks to the floor so it can't hit the lights up high.
Right. Okay.
Foo, your logic's as sound as ever.
That's science right there.
I tried, dude. I tried.
But anyway, so it turns out that the butane was pink. You're having a girl, Foo.
That's right, man.
Oh, man.
And then, you know what, man? I went, I didn't mind what kind of what the gender would be.
Bullshit!
I mean,
you
sure.
said you were going to be devastated.
All the books said it was going to be a boy.
That was behind closed doors. Okay.
Okay, my bad. I'll edit that out.
pick your audience, food. But no, I was gonna be cool. Either way, Jackie was stoked it was gonna be a girl, but someone texted us and they were like, "Well, you wanted a boy. Brandon might have wanted a boy, but now you have a girl. So you went from worrying about just one dick to all the dicks in the entire world."
That's right. That's right.
Dang, Foo. That's some sound ass wisdom right there.
Yeah. So Foo's, you know how I like to not sleep? Oh, you've seen nothing yet.
The Foo has been prepping for this day
Oh yeah.
all his life.
Eliminated the sleep cycle.
You spend all night on video games, so you're just gonna spend all night on video games and now a kid. You're just adding to your fucking to-do list.
That's true, man.
Yeah.
Also learning how to acquire the skill set that Liam Neeson had for the movie Taken.
Well, Foo, that's going to take a lot of exercise and physical labor. So, just got to prepare for that.
So I might need to sleep like 2 hours a night, you're saying?
See, Foo, at least two. At least two to function.
Instead
I'll
of
take
just
it
the
under
normal
advisement.
one. Yeah.
Micro naps.
See, Foo, my sister actually jinxed you on that because as soon as I told her that the Foo was pregnant, she's all, it's going to be a girl. I'm like, oh.
That's
Well,
karma,
even
bitch.
even visiting my sister's house, Damien was like, "It's gonna be a girl, watch." And then like the day of the reveal, we went to see Jackie's brother-in-law, Steve, and he's like, "It's gonna be a girl. I know you want a boy though, Brandon." I was like,
Nobody was on your side.
"Yeah."
Nobody. I love it. It's funny because
Everyone's like, "Fuck what you want."
yeah, and I was very happy that it was a girl, and then immediately I was like, "Oh hell yeah!" And then you were just like, "Yeah, that shit's karma, bro."
Joe C over here was so excited. He's just like, "Oh my god, we gotta buy her a bunch of little dresses. We gotta give them as gifts."
Yeah, he's gonna get out a bunch of little dresses now, foo.
All the bows, Foo. All the bows.
All of them. Yeah, no, I'm excited. I'm excited for you, even though you're not. And don't worry, man. I won't tell your kid that you're not. So let's not ruin her childhood like it was ruined for the rest of us.
We'll train
don't
her
worry.
to be a elite soccer player. Don't worry, Foo.
I'll be like, don't you dare listen to Uncle Joe. All right, Uncle Joe is crazy.
But Uncle Joe's so lovable.
I'm gonna be like, and he has terrible dogs, so you'll never see him.
All right. Enough, foo. Well,
It's a low blow. Sorry.
well, foos, I got a health and such today. I don't know if you guys are into that.
What?
Sometimes.
Now, foo, I know how much you enjoy doing your COVID tests every now and again. But be happy that you don't live in China. I don't know if you've heard, but China has recently rolled out an anal swab coronavirus test, saying that it's more accurate than the throat method. Eh?
Oh my!
You mean the nasal method?
Well, there's a throat method too.
It's like a cheek swab, though.
Well, oh, you mean I wasn't supposed to put it in my throat?
Damn, what the hell kind of
You're
test
not
are you
supposed to
taking?
gag yourself, dude. How many times we gotta tell you?
He was too eager to do that.
Oh, I'll shove it down, all right.
Well,
It's
yeah.
about damn time.
Moving on.
Look how deep I can go.
Oh my god.
You can't even see the knuckles anymore. Anyway, month-long lockdowns. Entire city populations herded through the streets of mandatory testing. The people of China could be forgiven for thinking that they had seen it all during the coronavirus pandemic, but now they face a new indignity, foos, the addition of anal swabs. That's right. To test the regimen of those in quarantine. And
Sounds legit.
and yeah, well, apparently what they're saying in this article that I found on the Washington Post is that they apparently what they found, the scientists, the science people, them science folk, they're saying that the coronavirus, it can leave your upper body, it can leave like your lungs, your throat, your nasal area, but it can stay in your bowels for some reason.
Yeah, there's a receptor that's in your digestive tract that the coronavirus binds to, and it's more concentrated in the fecal matter. So that's why the test is actually more accurate than a nasal swab.
Damn.
And there's studies that China has already released saying that there's some people that tested negative in the nasal swab and then positive in the fecal anal swab.
Well, there you go.
So there you go.
Well, Fu, what do you think about that? I mean, is this something that you would be down to? To experiment with?
If you're telling me it's two birds with one stone, or not only I get a coronavirus test, but my anal cavity is fully cleaned, then I'll consider it.
Okay.
Who wants the full detail? He wants the works.
You know,
I paid for premiums, sir.
they have to go in 2 inches.
I want to see my face in that anus.
They have to go in 2 inches?
Yeah, they have to go in 2 inches.
Well, I mean, hang on. China uses the metric system, so talk to me in centimeters.
They have to go a full 9 centimeters.
Oh my God.
Or there's an anal swab, or they're gonna do a fecal test, which is actually you collect a little sample of poop and send it in, which is a lot. You could do it in private. You can do it at home and then send it in. So you can do it in the privacy of your own home.
That poor schmuck at the doctor's office in China is like, yeah, I just need to give you a sample, right? The doctor's like, nope, bend over. but my friend told me I could just bend over.
You know how they check positivity rate with the fecal matter?
What's that?
If you're if you're negative, it smells. If you're positive, it doesn't smell.
What the hell?
Oh, Steph, go to hell.
Yeah, it's a simple test you can do at home, guys. It's going to require
Just
some gloves.
put your
Steph does
finger
it all
in
the
there
time.
and then smell it.
If you can't smell it, you have it.
Well, there's no coronavirus over here, Fu.
Are you sure, Fu? Is it because you stink?
Oh my God, they're so offensive.
Listen,
The
that
Fu's farts.
bathroom. I'm the portion punisher in this household.
Okay.
Yeah. As you should be, Fu. As you should
nasty.
be. I'd be concerned if Jackie was the Portland Punisher.
Yeah, that's not what you want.
Oh,
In a
dude!
wife.
Speaking
pregnancy
of which, we actually bought a little spray. That's called poo pourri, not potpourri.
And
And
what
you
is
give it
that?
a little
Oh,
spray
yeah,
after you
yeah,
eat
yeah.
the poo.
I heard about that.
So how does that work?
Dude, it masks up almost the entire smell. It's pretty.
So,
Pretty
Fu,
insane.
this is how you do it. You go to the bathroom, you pull down your pants, you just pull out your phone, you sit down for a while, maybe an hour or two, get up, and then you spray the poopery. There you go.
No, you're supposed to. It fucking tells you on the box that you're supposed to spray it in the water before you take a shit, and then it creates a layer so that
like
the
a
What if you
stink.
get-
it
what-
doesn't
what if-
See,
stink.
now Steph's just making up stuff.
Wait, Steph.
Look
what
at
if
the
you get
fucking
splashback?
commercial. Look it up.
If you get splashback, your butt's gonna smell like poopery.
Yeah, well, that's a good thing.
Well, then
Is
that's
that
just
the
because
worst
of
thing in
bidet.
the world? That's not the worst thing in the world.
Would you want shitty water smell or poopery smell?
I want no water touching my butt.
The
Come on
takes-
with your poops. Really, bro? Like you're asking for no
it is,
splashback? Word? Yeah, like you said it with a straight face, too.
No, ain't gonna happen to me. No
Fu just thinks
splashback.
That's his sweat.
Listen, man, there's a difference between pooping and swamp ass, okay?
Okay, well, that's going to do it for the health and such today. Well, foos, let's get this started with Geeking Out, shall we? Today's Geeking Out is brought to us by Dulcolax Suppositories. Pretend it isn't even there until it's too late.
Oh my.
All right, on today's Geeking Out, I did want to discuss this new Godzilla trailer, guys.
Godzilla.
What do you,
Oh my God.
I mean, specifically because last week we talked about some speculation regarding the Godzilla, and when you look closely, man, you can see evidence that there's going to be a Mechagodzilla involved. And I wanted to get the Foo's take on this. What do you think about that, Foo?
Well, I think it could. This is It's just Batman versus Superman all over again. Man.
Yep.
Oh, whoa.
Mothra.
Have you seen that meme? Like,
Yes.
where he's like, "Why did you say that name?"
Why did you say that name?
Mothra.
And Fu, I guess fucking Kong has some kind of battle axe, dude. Is he fucking Thor now?
He fashioned it. It looks exactly like one of Godzilla's spikes, man, and it's capturing his atomic breath. So you know it's related to Godzilla. Godzilla's looking over there like, damn, that's mine. Fuck this guy.
So, from what I read, they're building it like they're gonna have like a past scene that shows like a bunch of Kongs like fighting a bunch of Godzillas at some point. Like they're gonna have like a flashback or something of that.
How did they get that footage from the prehistoric ages?
Ooh, who knows?
It's a Kong's flashback.
They're gonna have space aliens, Foo. What do you expect?
You really think the Planet X is going to be involved in this?
Dude, imagine
Hell
that would be that.
Yeah.
Sadly, I think the answer is no. But how dope would that be?
If they
How
do
fucking
that,
dope would that be?
if they do that, that'll make this a instant classic. Because not only will they bring like the inspiration from the old fucking, movies, but still make it look badass. And I heard that they may have actually Mechagodzilla.
No way.
So yeah, I read something similar to what Josh is saying, and supposedly Mechagodzilla is like the test for Mechagodzilla because they're going to be powering Mechagodzilla with Ghidorah's old brain.
Do you think they'll use the same sound effect?
It's been ages, food. No.
Oh, come
No,
on.
they have that one that they used on the last one, the King of Monsters.
Oh, right.
We already have a Ghidorah.
Right.
Yeah, Foo.
I'm just saying.
And if you remember,
but this is
at
the
the end of
Mecha
that
one.
movie,
They can put a speaker on with that,
Like somebody grease that Mecha Ghidorah.
Yeah.
It's like, hey, who's turning that crank too fast?
Yep.
But
they're saying, Foo,
Uh-huh.
that because they kept the brain at the end of the first movie or the second movie. I'm sorry.
Yeah, the second movie they kept the brain, and that's going to be powering Mechagodzilla. And then there's supposedly, because you remember the King of the Monsters, Godzilla ate one of the Ghidorah heads, so there's two brains remaining.
Right.
So the first one will be the Mechagodzilla, and then if everything. This better not be less than 2 hours if they're doing all this. I got to say.
No, it's gonna be a 2-hour movie.
It sounds like it's going to be long.
Because the last movie was 2.5, or no, it was 2 hours. I think the last movie.
Yeah, it was 2 hours and like 10 minutes or something.
All right.
I don't know, Fu. I'm just glad it's coming sooner than later because I want to see what's going on. There's just too much speculation going on.
And speaking of speculation, even further, man, the other day you sent something in our chat about how perhaps it could be a son of Godzilla involved, right?
Yeah, because someone was kind of saying, like, hey, did you see Godzilla swimming next to the ships? How the fuck does Godzilla fit on the ship then if he's swimming next to them and he's like the size of the ships? And I was just like, that kind of took me for a little turn too, because I'm like, yeah, dude, they did show a huge ass Godzilla, scales or whatever, spine.
But what's to say that it's not the Mecha Godzilla? You think it could be
The smaller one?
No. Well, unless they can really disguise them to look like one, but that's not the feeling I get. It's probably going to look really metally, like
because
metallic.
Fu, spoiler alert.
Uh-oh.
In the original Mechagodzilla, everyone thought Godzilla was just being a dick, and then when they fought back against him, like Mechagodzilla was wearing a skin suit of Godzilla.
Yeah, like pieces of his skin would like move or be removed, and you start seeing the metal body underneath.
Yeah,
and then he reveals himself to be Mechagodzilla, and it's people that are living under the planet that are controlling it. And
it's like Terminator.
There's supposed to be like aliens from Planet X that stayed behind after the Ghidorah fiasco.
Wow, they're really gonna load this movie up with all that, you think?
Who knows? But I mean, it's possible. It is possible,
It
man.
is.
Like, no one thought they were going to involve that many monsters in this last movie.
That was just
Yeah,
a few
'cause they-
minutes.
They were supposed to only have like 4 monsters, and what did they have, Josh? They had like 8 monsters, right?
They had 8 monsters, and like at least 4 of them were brand new ones. I mean, they had the classic, obviously, Mothra, Rodan, Ghidorah, and then they had those Mutos, the one from the first remake, and then they had like a bunch of other ones, like a big tortoise one.
And then they had like that they had that big mammoth one with the huge ass like
Tusks.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, and they said all of those are new, and then we're supposed to expect some other monsters included in this movie too. So it's not going to be just these 3 monsters.
I think that organization Orca said that they had like 28 sites or something. So they have 28 like
Monsters.
Monsters in this universe potentially. So and now here's a bigger question, Foos, because if we're talking about the aliens, Mechagodzilla, more kaiju, King Ghidorah's return.
Yeah.
Does this end the monster verse?
No.
Do you think they should though? Is my second question.
No, because I don't think they should, because there are still other movies. They can go further, like Space Godzilla. They can bring in Space Godzilla.
Jump the
other
shark
classic
with Space
monsters.
Godzilla.
So I did. By the way, Fu, Josh is not wrong. There in the later movies, there is a Space Godzilla, different from the Godzillas now. But I mean, I read an article of a guy saying, at some point or another, this is gonna be like the run from the fucking movies in the 50s and 60s. At a certain point, we got Son of Godzilla, and everyone just like, what the fuck happened?
Yeah.
So,
Yeah. And
So
that's so I say maybe like 2 more movies, like that, especially with the amount of monsters they're throwing into these first 3 movies. They have at least 2 tops. Like any further is just
Well, and
I think they should cut it short. I think they should cut it short long term.
Let's not forget that they killed off Mothra in the previous movie.
Yes.
But there were eggs. There were eggs.
There's eggs.
There's also that storyline that's yet to be explored.
Bring the twins back.
Yeah.
Yeah, they actually said that one of the twins is supposed to be in this movie again.
Oh shit. Okay.
So they might bring Mothra back. So
They need to bring Anguirus back. Your boy.
Bring him back. You mean bring him in?
Anguirus actually sounds a lot like Owen Wilson. Wow.
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 So if they bring in Owen Wilson, does that check your box then?
Yeah, man. If he voices Anguirus, boom. Instant hit, Foo.
So
Wow.
I kind of like that. I kind of like it a lot.
Just get the wow clip from Owen Wilson and boom, there you go.
They're going to disappoint us with fucking his brother.
Luke Wilson?
With Luke.
He's gonna go, wow.
We tried, man. Well.
It just sounds like a regular dude.
Yeah, exactly. He's not acting different.
Well,
so we'll see, man. It's March 18th or some nonsense like that, right? Or
March 31st. The 31st.
31st.
They actually pushed it. Yeah, they had to push it. I don't know why, but they did. And so we're going to be expecting that at the end of March. But so that means
they're going to be. Oh.
Well, I was just going to say, Fu, it gives us time to get to the Mechagodzilla episode if you still want to pump out some Podzilla episodes on the Fu Bar Show, Fu.
Mm-hmm.
Like I told you, dude. Josh, I don't know if you've seen it, but Godzilla versus Megalon.
Listen, Fu, I'm willing to watch it if we could just speed through these goddamn Godzilla movies to get some Mechagodzilla.
Yeah. Yeah, why don't you do like a quick summary like we did in the last episode of 2020? You just sped through the last one.
It's pretty bad, but I need you guys to commit to watching it, though.
Oh, yeah, we'll watch it.
We will watch them.
We'll watch it. Wink.
What a dick.
Yeah, man. But anyway, Fu, what else did you guys want to talk about? I know that there's a lot of WandaVision feelings that we have here.
There is a lot of WandaVision, but before we get into that,
okay.
Foos, did you see that? I sent you guys an article earlier this week that practically spoiled or provided a lot of plot details for Spider-Man 3. And right now it's looking like they're the main villain of the movie is going to be none other than Willem Dafoe playing Norman Osborn, and they're saying that he's going to be the one that's assembling all these different supervillains from different multiverses.
The Sinister Six type or something else?
Yeah, it's going to kind of be like a Sinister Six kind of thing. Like, think about, remember when he brought together the Thunderbolts to create the Dark Avengers?
Yeah. That's
what they're saying this movie's going to kind of feel like. Like, he's just going to seem like he's the hero, but in reality, he's got more sinister motives behind it. So that's why we're going to see Jamie Foxx come back.
Because in when he does that in the comics, he has like good intentions originally, right? Or on the surface.
On the surface, but when in reality, he's using it for like more personal gain or personal wealth. Like, he's trying to like kind of, circumvent the system and also gain power. He wants to be president, essentially. Kind of, he's like Lex Luthor, where he just wants power. Like, that's all he wants. He doesn't care how he gets it.
It's just a dick no matter what, so that makes him a villain.
Yeah, but in the public eye, he's not. Like, in the public, he makes himself look like he's a decent guy. And right now, Peter Parker is on the run. He's trying to prove that he's not Spider-Man, and that's where Charlie Cox's character, Daredevil, he's going to be in this movie, and he's actually going to be like his lawyer representing him.
Oh, tight.
Yeah. So, and then also too, Benedict Cumberbatch will be. Cumberbatch. He's going to be the mentor for Peter going forward.
I had my Cumberbatch kid when I was growing up.
Cabbage Patch Kid Foo?
My Cumberbatch kid.
Your Cumberbatch kid?
Yeah.
And they've already said that Thomas Hayden Church is coming back as Sandman, along with Scorpion, who was in the first movie, Homecoming. And Michael Keaton will be back as the Vulture. And there's also saying that Dane DeHaan's Green Goblin is supposed to make a cameo in this movie.
Damn.
Yeah.
Who is?
The Green Goblin from the Amazing Spider-Man 2.
Jesus, dude.
Everybody. Yeah, and this is supposed to like lead to or be connected directly to the WandaVision series that we're currently checking out right now.
Yeah, she's actually going to show up alongside Doctor Strange in this movie because WandaVision is eventually going to make her into Doctor Strange's apprentice.
Wow.
So she's going to end up being with Doctor Strange going forward, according to based off of their plans for her, which I think is amazing. That
Doctor Strange is going to be getting himself some strange.
Until she warps reality again and destroys Genosha.
This fucking movie is just looking like a jam-packed, I hope it doesn't end up being like Spider-Man 3. I'm hoping beyond hope it doesn't, but I
hope it does just because I want to see Sony take an L.
That's true. They may take an L with Morbius, so at least you got that.
Oh, Morbius is doomed, bro.
Isn't that just a one-off? It's just going to be like a one-off movie.
No, because he's supposed to be in this movie too.
What?
Yeah, he's supposed to be in the Spider-Man
Morbius
movie.
And Venom are both supposed to be in the Spider-Man movie.
Oh, crazy!
So they're trying, because what Sony wants to bring and make their own Sonyverse. So that's why they want to bring in their Sony properties. Where that's why Kevin Feige was able to get them to agree to do more Spider-Man movies, or at least allow them to use him, just as long as Sony could bring in some other properties to gain exposure. So, it's going to be a great movie. And then also you got Jake Gyllenhaal, or not Jake Gyllenhaal, Tobey Maguire and Andrew Garfield are obviously coming back as Spider-Mans as well.
Yeah.
So I'm just getting more and more excited.
They're going to blow their load hard on this movie, man.
Sifu, and they're planning on using Spider-Man in like the New Avengers and then Secret Invasion and one other movie, I think, before they're done with him completely.
You think they'll be done with him like that?
I think with Tom Holland, yes, and they may eventually move to Miles Morales. I think that's their goal.
Oh wow!
You're still talking like 5-6 6 years.
That's true.
Yeah. So it's still time, and if anything, this kind of helps. This falls in line with them potentially bringing in Miles Morales, because then, if they follow the storyline correctly, Tom Holland's Spider-Man could die, and then boom, here comes Miles Morales.
The thing is that we haven't seen him outside of high school. He still hasn't become a reporter or a photographer for the newspaper. You know what I mean?
Exactly. So who knows if they're going to really follow that? I mean, as of right now, they're really following like the Ultimate Spider-Man timeline where he's still in high school.
Mm-hmm.
So like, who knows? I mean, who knows what's going to come out? I think the more we watch WandaVision, we'll kind of get a clearer view as to what's really going to happen in this next phase of Marvel, because we're just getting to the beginning of what's going down. Steph, you want to get started on, tell us more about WandaVision?
Well, first, before we do that, I wanted to ask the Foo, because he was poo-pooing.
Well, first, before we do any of that, no.
Wait.
The Foo was poo-pooing the first 3 episodes as he was just dismissing them. He's like, this is nonsense.
This show sucks.
The Foo was beside himself. Now, you've seen the most recent one, right, Foo?
Yes, I have.
Now, what are your thoughts?
I stand by my statements, Foo.
Oh, whatever.
Dang, Foo.
Okay, look. I understand it. This is supposed to be a TV property. Josh, yes, you have a hair right there. I get that this is supposed to be a small screen property, and yeah, it's weird, and weird's not a bad thing, but it made no sense.
It's relevant.
You should have led the series with a short clip of them doing this, and then everything would piece together. Like, a bunch of people swore the show off in the first 3 episodes because they're just like, I don't know what's going on. Fuck this show. And that's where all the memes of like Marvel's first property in 2 years, and it's the closet. It's like old McDonald had that's stupid. All right, your fucking sitcom bullshit needed context before you got deep into the context.
Foo, all you've been reading are shit posts. You're just in the shit part of the internet.
You're in the shit post section, man.
No, Foos. It's just.
You know what I think it is?
Also,
you don't like
look,
things that other people like.
No, it's not that. Dude, ask Josh. Josh has put me onto some fucking dope ass shit before.
See, Foo.
You need to stop being such a cunt.
Yeah, Foo.
You give any studio $75 million to put out 3 episodes of that trash, their show's getting canceled.
It's supposed to be weird.
Before episode 4, okay?
Oh, dude.
You know, Foo, you know what? Your statement just tells me you're stupid. That's all it does.
He doesn't know art.
Yeah, he doesn't get it.
All right.
The food doesn't get high concept.
But before everybody listening to this podcast stops and shuts it down, let's go on with Steph talking about WandaVision, because the Foo is just he's shit posts embodied.
We finally fucking get some answers in this episode.
Yeah, man.
It's called what is this episode called? We interrupt this broadcast. Mm-hmm. That's literally the title of the episode, and it goes straight into Sword, headquarters and all.
Which they should have done a month ago.
Shut up. I like how they show certain people coming back from the blip. I thought that was dope as fuck.
Oh yeah, that whole
when it
you know
happens.
what, that whole sequence where Geraldine gets reanimated. Mm-hmm. You can, like, if you really enhance the audio, or if you listen to it carefully, you can hear a clip of the Captain Marvel movie where
she says Captain Troublemaker.
Yeah, she's actually talking to her. That's a direct pull from the Captain Marvel movie. She's talking to a little Geraldine there.
Well, she's not Geraldine.
Oh,
Steph.
right.
Monica Rambeau.
Monica Rambeau. My bad.
Right. You guys are so resourceful.
Shut up, Foo.
Okay, shit poster over here.
This was look. I'm on your side for this episode. This was a fantastic episode, but why wait a month to reel people in?
Why not?
Cunt.
The whole point, Fu, is to throw you off before the big reveal.
Yeah, and that's what makes it more
That's why.
satisfactory.
Jesus.
They could have done it better.
They were
No,
just
it was
building up
done
all of these.
perfectly.
It wasn't done perfectly. The show will get no better than 80.
Look, the whole reason why they did it this way was so you can build questions and questions and questions, like what is happening, and then finally you get some answers, and then it's just
Yeah,
like,
Fu,
oh,
you think that
yes.
Wanda's imprisoned when in reality she's imprisoning them.
right?
I am
I never
shocked
caught that
and
for a
appalled.
second.
Whatever.
You know, I
You're an
think, yeah. So we see in this episode, like, Sword is trying to infiltrate, or they're trying to infiltrate and figure out what's going on, and they actually send one of their guys down there in a hazmat suit, and he's tethered, but once he goes through, you actually see him transform into the beekeeper suit.
Which I think played nicely with Wanda's, transformation of the scheme of things.
Right, but I originally thought it was going to be, part of AIM infiltrating Sword until we saw this episode where he actually transformed into the beekeeper. So my theory is that Wanda is the queen bee and she's actually in a hive, and because if you look at everybody around her,
What
they
the
all
fuck
have
is
this
going on?
hive mind where they can't be themselves. They have to play along with what Wanda's doing.
And that's why he
By the
came out.
way,
And that's why all
By
the
the
Hexagons.
hexagons
Yeah.
fucking can't speak.
wait.
are around.
By the way, what happened to that guy?
We don't know.
We don't know yet.
We
Maybe
don't know.
next episode.
Yeah, we don't know.
And she just murdered that guy?
Most
Yeah.
likely. Or send him away, to some other multiverse.
Or just sent him out like she did with Geraldine.
No, because they immediately knew when Geraldine got sent out.
He probably got transformed into the guy that scoops ice cream. Who knows?
She brought him in as a character. And
Yeah, she pulled him in. She's like, "Oh, you're not going anywhere. If you want to be here, you're gonna be here." But yeah, so throughout this whole episode, we see Sword try to get some answers, and we actually see your boy Jimmy Woo come back. It's back
Jimmy
from-
Woo.
Jimmy Woo. Did you see that card
And
trick he pulled out?
Finally did it, Fu.
Finally did
He
it.
got the trick down.
Just like an Ant-Man.
As soon as I saw that, oh, he did it. He
Yep.
got it down.
My favorite line of his is when the director of Sword was like, doesn't DC need you? He's like, no, softball season's over. And then we finally got the return of Darcy. Darcy's back, Fu.
All right.
And a doctor, no less.
That's right. She finished
Yeah,
the
I think
grads program.
that was a good touch. That was a nice little touch to bring her back and have her be a key figure in figuring out what's going on.
Yeah.
She put it all together. This entire agency, and they had to call in a contractor to figure out all their problems.
Sounds like a regular government department, that tells you what.
Hey,
Would somebody get her damn
business as
coffee?
usual.
Good old government.
So
Well,
she's,
if anything, Foos, I'm glad that, this was a good episode to finally clue people in. And honestly, overall, I'm glad that Rotten Tomatoes has now been fucking figured out. Because we know everyone at Disney just bought these fucking reviews for Rotten Tomatoes,
my
dude.
God.
okay.
Jang Fu conspiracy. Bam, bam, bam.
I mean, Fu, what's the audience score? Just curious.
I don't know. Do you know?
Yeah, it's a 79.
And what's Rotten Tomatoes?
That's a 79 on Rotten Tomatoes.
Yeah, but what about like
what did the critics say?
What's the
What are the
critic score, Fu?
93.
Okay, all right.
So there's finally a chink in the armor at Rotten Tomatoes.
Or maybe the critics have seen all the episodes already,
That's true.
so they're
also.
grading it as a whole.
Yeah.
because they get screeners.
See
So
the
just-
perks of being in the movie industry.
Mm-hmm.
Just a couple of things that I want to point out, little Easter eggs. So when you see the Sword base, the headquarters, you can see this large hangar. And I'm thinking that hangar is where they're starting to build the first
Mechagodzilla.
satellite that they're going to
Oh.
shoot into space.
Okay.
Like the, space station.
Mhm.
Also, Oh, when they're putting all of the citizens' actual identities on the board, on the whiteboard in the base, they actually put up Agnes's picture, but there's no ID to correlate with it. Everybody else has one, but she doesn't have an ID, so that might mean she's not really a person.
What would she be then?
She's a witch.
Oh my
witch.
Also,
if you look at the episode, if you look at the episode again, off to the left of the whiteboard where they're pinning or where Jimmy's writing down all the questions, why the hexagons? Is Vision really alive? If you look to the left on the bottom, it says scrolls. So the FBI clearly knows about the scrolls at this point.
Yeah.
So it's just like, are they going to bring the
Wait, we already
in?
knew that though.
But
don't you dare. We knew that Sword and S.H.I.E.L.D. knew about them, but now the FBI knows about it because Jimmy works for them.
I thought you said they.
No.
I didn't. Never mind.
nice.
So, yeah, I mean, we all know the Skrulls are a part of the universe, and they're especially a part of the Captain Marvel sequence. And we're going to see them later on in the TV shows. So we'll see how they infiltrate slowly.
Nice. You got any more? Or is that the main ones?
Oh, those are the main ones I want to point it out.
Well, it's funny though because all of Steph's predictions were on point. Like Geraldine was part of Sword. Mm-hmm. Geraldine was the son of Photon or the daughter of Photon. Yeah, like all of that shit was like right on point.
By the way, her code name is probably gonna be Spectrum instead of Photon.
Why is that significant?
Because she got a good deal with Spectrum to be their new sponsor.
Yeah. She doesn't
well, she better fix my disconnection issues.
She only runs at 50 megs, though.
She doesn't have to threaten to cancel to get the slower price.
They have wider coverage.
You mean they don't just give you a promo price for 1 year?
No.
No, foo. No contracts.
No contracts.
No contracts.
Well, anyway,
get on board with that.
Speaking of infiltrating things, I wanted to talk about GameStop and what the fuck's going on with their stock. And I understand that there's at least maybe one listener who doesn't quite understand what's happening in the stock market right now, and that's enough to at least motivate me to explain what the hell's going on because it's kind of a turning point in world history. Like this is something that's likely never happened before where people band together like this to manipulate the stock market exchange. But first you need to understand what a short is in stock market trading. So a short is when you borrow a stock from a broker, you sell it immediately at its current price, and then you hope that the stock price falls such that you can buy more stock back at a lower price and return the shares you borrowed to your broker, and then just keep the difference. Does that make sense?
Right.
Foo. And to provide a little context, Foo, this all started from a Reddit post.
Yeah.
Where retail investors were just started posting on Reddit saying that, hey, let's make sure that we keep GameStop and AMC alive, as well as like BlackBerry and some other companies that were claiming were going to be bankrupt, and especially because hedge funds in particular were short selling all of their stocks.
Yeah, and they were essentially fucking their stocks.
Correct.
To begin with.
Selling them, which eventually causes their price per share to go down. And that's how, like, whenever a company goes out, especially a publicly traded company, it's because a hedge fund just started short selling them, or started kind of saying, "Okay, we lost faith in them as a company.
They're writing them off with their money, pretty much."
Yeah. Well, the Redditors said, "Fuck that shit. Let's start buying all those stocks that they're trying to sell." And people raked it in, man. I think it jumped over 5,000% in a single night. It jumped up by 5,000%.
That's so crazy.
Yeah, and people were selling high. It's on my brother even got involved in this. He
made some change.
He got it. Yeah, he made it. He made at least $150 on this thing, man. Yeah, and he did it all within a span of like 2 hours.
That's dope. That's dope.
Yeah.
Weren't the stocks like just like a seventh of a cent or something like that?
No, it depends. It depends. If it depends per share, like these in particular were like $10 a share.
Oh.
So I mean, you could spend $10 a share, or if you get like the penny stocks, like you can get penny stocks that are like 70 cents a share.
You know what? I think that's what I was looking at. It was just like the penny stocks, and they were like something like less than. It was like 0.007.
Yeah, those are the pennies, and that's where, like in the Wolf of Wall Street, they were trading on pennies, and that's they were short selling a lot of all that. So that's another example of how to game the system, and obviously they got caught. But yeah, like in this particular case, there was nothing illegal about it. Like the real estate investors were within every right to purchase those stocks. And, if especially the amount of people that were buying it. So. You know what Wall Street said, Fu? Wall Street said, no, you no more buy.
Yeah, which is fucked up. And now all of the attention is on Robinhood, the app that was supposed to be ironically Robinhood for the people. They cut, they pretty much put a stop to people being able to buy and sell these particular stocks, which is illegal.
And yeah, that's why, and they did it for like a full 24 hours, and then as of like that was on Thursday, and then on Friday they only allowed certain, like you had to meet certain criteria to purchase shares. Like you had to have had at least 10 other purchases before and whatnot. Like they were really trying to restrict people, but still people were like, "Fuck it, I'll still buy some." So they're getting a lot of flack from like senators and everything saying, I thought this was a free market, how it doesn't seem free anymore.
Yeah. And these, like the CEO of, what's the Wall Street company? Well, anyway, one of those guys, a person that would always be against regulation is now calling for it and is trying to champion the regulation for this kind of activity. Which is like, dude, we beat you at your own game. Like, just take the L.
I have a little bit to add to that. They neglect to mention that a pretty salient fact in the story, that Robinhood's biggest data client is Citadel, the fund that bailed out another Melvin Capital after they lost their shirt to the tune of a few billion on this GameStop affair. That gives Citadel a strong vested interest in GameStop's price going back down, which creates a clear conflict of interest with Robinhood.
Oh, shit. The plot thickens.
Yeah. So they're doing criminal investigation. They're going to fucking take down Robinhood.
The SEC is definitely going to start get involved then.
Yeah.
Especially if that just came out. So, I mean, hey, man, that just shows the people still have power.
It's all about organizing. That's all it is.
Seafood. I mean, hell, I started going like scrolling Reddit to see what other stocks I can get.
Dogecoin.
Don't do it.
Did you see Blockbuster's Twitter? They're just like, all right, Reddit, do your thing.
Let's do it.
Wait, Blockbuster still has a Twitter?
I guess, dude. They only have one location somewhere. I don't forget where it is. Probably like Oregon or something.
Nebraska.
I don't know. But it's just like one location, and it's supposed to also be like an Airbnb.
Yeah.
Where it's just like a library of movies, and you just stay the night and you watch movies in a badass freaking home theater type of environment. So that's Blockbuster for you. That's what's left.
Wait, that's a thing?
That's a thing.
That's a thing. It's a real thing. Look it up.
Look it up.
Okay, I will.
Right.
Thanks for that tip.
Yeah. Well, that's all I wanted to talk about. You guys got anything else for Geeking Out?
9.
Cool. Well, let's move on with the joint report.
Are you on weed? Give me some. I'll smoke you two under the table.
Today's joint report is brought to us by new retro e-cigarettes. They're the only e-cigarette you can light with a match. And for today, Foos, I wanted to discuss, because the Foo's currently going through this. The Foo hasn't had a hit of any THC in quite some time. And so I found...
Poor bastard.
You poor bastard. I found this article on hightimes.com, which is it's kind of autobiographical. It's titled "I Took a Month Off of THC So You Didn't Have to," and I wanted to see what kind of what similarities or differences the author of this is went through with what the Foo's going through. Because at this point, Foo, I think it's been a month, right, since your last THC consumption.
Correct.
Yeah. So I'm going to just start with week 1. And, I've done this before, too. And because, you lose jobs or you leave jobs and you're just trying to pass a drug test. And also, a lot of people do it for so that, they can get high again. It comes to a point where, like, you're smoking and you're consuming THC so much and so often that you're not tolerant anymore of it. Or, you tolerate it way too much so you don't get as high as you used to. So in week 1, this person explains that the first few days were much easier than she anticipated, considering that her and her friend were quitting cold turkey. After hearing about the break and offering condolences, their friends were dying to know, did this person think more clearly? Did they run faster, jump higher, having any kind of withdrawals? And unfortunately, disappointing them in the process. It was just fairly anticlimactic, and I wanted to see, Foo, do you remember your first week of being off of THC? Was there any significant difference for you?
Nope.
All right.
Riveting, Foo.
Yeah.
Riveting stuff.
I mean, it's not heroin, dude. I'm not fucking scratching my neck.
Yeah, I need it, man.
Well, all right. Well, in week two, the first benefit was it was finally becoming apparent. So in an unexpected turn of events, she started sleeping a little bit better than she had in years. And before that, she tried everything: over-the-counter meds, a Leaf PM. It was on her nightstand since she was 18. So I guess it was a lot. This person probably was a lot like the Foo, who just can't go to sleep. But I think the Foo does it on purpose, not because he wants to. Right, Foo?
I'm built different, Foo.
I guess so, man. But so one of the pros was that she slept great. One of the cons was that she couldn't remember anybody's birthdays. I don't know. It came as a huge surprise when, after getting everything out of her system, including THC, her body was able to go back to its natural circadian rhythm. So I guess she was able to fall asleep when she was supposed to. I mean, when you smoke, you stay up to watch TV and get, you're high. You're high with your friends, unless you really go down on some indicas, and then, you just hit the couch real hard and fall asleep. But the reason this person was doing it was because she wanted to get back into the groove of being able to get high quicker. So, unfortunately for her, week 3 was when she started feeling antsy and started getting that anxiety back that she had, which is the reason she started smoking in the first place. What really helped was that her friend was sticking to a particular routine. They cooked a little bit more and always allowed themselves to relax with a silly movie or a TV show at night. But she was watching shows like Kroll Show, Class Action Park, and they thought that it would be slightly funnier with weed. But they just have a knack for picking out good entertainment. So it wasn't that, but she still enjoyed it. Even though she wasn't high. She started missing it at other times too, like just missing being high while watching these shows, which is kind of one of those things. Is like, so is this thing physically addictive or psychologically addictive? Do you just psychologically enjoy the feeling of being high and watching funny stuff on TV? So I wanted to ask the Foo, if you remember back to week 3-ish, was there a difference between that and week 1? Still no. So still nothing. As far as we know, it's still week 1. It's an extended week 1 for the Foo. But it's not the first time you get off of weed, though, right?
No.
Yeah. So when was the last time prior to this particular time that you stopped smoking weed? And what was the reason for that?
Back in 2015, when I was trying to get hired with the city.
Mm-hmm.
I think Josh remembers. I
Federation,
bought
you mean?
Josh remembers I bought like 12 fucking 1-gallon jugs of cranberry juice.
Yeah, I was like, do you have a UTI, Foo?
No, I just wanted to get diabetes.
He's like, no, Foo, I need to flush my system, like, of that UTI.
2 birds.
So on week 4, which is the home stretch, she writes, by the time week 4 rolled around, I had put down a countdown clock on my phone. 5 more days. Evan, her friend, and I would text one another until finally the last day of sobriety had come. We decided to break our fast with a limited edition pre-roll from Lowell Farms. I may or may not have serenaded from this moment by Shania Twain. So she's just talking about her bullshit. But the best part of the sobriety break, however, was realizing that I wasn't a teenager anymore, because at a certain point when they were thinking about doing it again, they were thinking like it felt naughty again. Like, oh, should we be doing this? Like you were back in high school, like under the bleachers kind of thing. But aside from that, there was a hell of a lot more coping skills than before, because obviously, a lot of people treat their anxiety with THC, and not having that, to cope with it, you kind of have to do some psychological exercises so that you're able to. Because not only did she quit THC in this article, but she quit pretty much like alcohol, everything you could think of. So, it's kind of like the Foo, except the Foo just refuses to kind of admit that anything's happening in his body right now. I mean, you're having a kid, dude. Are you not more stressed out?
No.
Wow. All right, look at that. The Foo's all grown up.
Foo's
He's
a
not going to
man.
be taking care of it. He's going to be at work.
Yeah, you're right. You're not the one having
man.
A big, strong man.
But yeah, Foo.
That's what a nanny's for, Foo. Take care of my problems.
Are you gonna get a nanny?
More than one, Foo?
No comment.
All right. So.
Are you taking the lazy way out?
Nah.
You gonna try to raise this kid?
I think try. What the fuck? I think whoever they tested for this article was a bad choice.
Oh yeah.
I mean, if you want to monitor the effects of quitting marijuana, scientifically speaking, don't pick someone who is cutting off all other drugs, especially harder drugs that are actually linked to psychological problems and mental fatigue if you quit using them. Just my thoughts, though, Phil.
I like it. That's the most profound thing you said in this year.
Yeah, I'm on board with what the Foo said. It's like they could have done a better study.
Yeah.
How about they just like pick a guy and say, look, man, you can drink beer still, just don't go outside for 2 hours a day and smoke.
Yeah. Well,
then we might have seen more accuracy. I mean, damn. I mean, next thing we know, they're going to be like, we just pulled someone who quit coke and weed, so let's monitor their THC fucking functions.
Yeah.
It's like, dude, you pulled them off coke too. They're going to fucking flip out.
Yeah, and this person came off of some sleeping drugs. So, I mean, I'm sure that had a lot to do with it.
Holy shit, this person has a lot of problems.
Yeah.
She needs to see a health professional.
No wonder stoners get such a bad rap.
Yeah.
See, Foo, they picked the wrong subjects.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Well, that's why I wanted to ask the Foo, because he's currently going through this. And seeing that the Foo only, what is it, Foo? Meth?
Not even once.
It's angel dust, Foo.
It's okay, my bad. So
I mean, I've cut off my alcohol tremendously, but I'm drinking some right now. I'm not fucking not strapping myself. I know, bitch. All
right, cool. Well, yeah, I harken back to the last time that I had to quit, and I didn't really see any significant changes except for my sleeping patterns. They were back into my natural circadian rhythm. Right now, because me and Steph are trying to get through Narcos, I don't go to sleep till like 11:30. So,
right.
I think I'm intentionally fucking up my rhythm. But if I went back to falling asleep at 10 p.m., I'll be fine. Yeah.
Yeah, I get more irritable when I quit. So I mean, I mean, weed just mostly chills me out. So if I don't do it,
But you're also
very
quitting
angry.
Xanax too, though, right?
I don't do that shit. Talk about that's poison food. I don't poison my body.
Right.
Jesus,
Would you,
have
Josh?
another big gulp there, pal?
Josh,
I don't drink that either.
would you consider doing a month without THC and only doing CBD?
Yeah, I've done it before.
Yeah.
By the
okay.
way, Foos, you
did
can't
it for
get
Stu.
big gulp. You can't get big gulps right now. Egg on your face, Foo.
Oh shit, for real?
Yeah, you can't.
Oh, is it a?
You can't get 7-Eleven coffee right now either.
Well, I don't go to 7-Eleven. I don't give a fuck.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, all right. Well, that's gonna do it for the joint report, everybody.
Smoke weed every day.
Yeah, foo.
Smoke weed once a year.
There you go. All right, well, guys, we'll bring it on with sports. Today's FUBAR Sports is brought to us by Oshkosh Magosh. Clutch onto their new line of pearl necklaces for kids. Oshkosh Magosh, for the always offended kid in your family.
Sounds like my brand.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
Because Josh rhymes with Oshkosh.
Yeah, that's right.
My gosh.
You got it, Foo. You got it.
Yeah. Fuze, we got some breaking news that Josh is about to tell everybody about your boys.
Yeah, I saw
So
that too. You
foo.
just sent it on the chat. So what do you got, man?
So we got some breaking news in the NFL community as the Los Angeles Rams have traded Jared Goff to the Detroit Lions for
God.
Matthew Stafford. Foo.
So what do you? How is this, in your opinion, going to impact the Rams in 2022?
You go first, Josh. Yeah.
Okay, so well, first off, this is what what's included in the trade. So the Rams get Stafford, and then the Lions get Goff, 2 future first-round picks, and a third-round pick. So they're really banking on Stafford here. And in my personal opinion, I think it's a good deal. I think Stafford's a far better quarterback than Goff. I still just don't think that they solved everything, though. They got to get a better line in front of Stafford to protect him, because this guy's notorious for getting injured every goddamn year. So he has the skill set that the Rams need, but it's going to come down to health and availability and what that line does. Fu, what do you think?
I think the Rams gave up a lot, and they really need to win now. They pretty much said we don't. Well, not they pretty much said. I mean, they gave up their draft picks for the next two high picks in the next 3 years. That's a lot. So they're not only do they need to win now, but they need Stafford to last for 2 years to make this a good trade. I will give them credit for getting rid of Goff. He's just a fucking bum.
And the amount of money that they're paying him is just ridiculous. Just too much. Yeah, it's way too much money for.
I think Detroit wins the trade just for getting the picks.
Mm-hmm.
And at the end of the day, you got to go with a quarterback.
Mm-hmm.
So I mean, they got to go with one. I think what's his face? Goff only has like 2 or 3 years left on his contract.
Well, Fu, here's another wrinkle in this is that the Lions actually have the 7th pick in the draft. Like, they have a fairly high pick, so they're saying that they may even pick a quarterback in this draft if one's available to them, like Justin Fields from Ohio State.
Should be a good pickup.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, they pretty much just have a placeholder for Goff.
Yeah.
So they win the trade. I mean, getting the draft picks makes this trade a deal. The Rams have more risk though, because you need Stafford to be healthy for 2 or 3 years, and if he's not, you're not in. I think you kind of fucked up if you're not.
Yeah, this definitely is a Super Bowl or bust move on the Rams' part. Like they're trying to go all in. And this is their time, really, because, dude, the Cardinals are looking good. The Seahawks, they could just figure out how to maintain for an entire season. They could potentially finally do it. And then who else? The Niners. The Niners, they're a quarterback away. Mm-hmm. And Fu, let's move on to other shocking news, or another quarterback that wants to get traded in Deshaun Watson of the Houston Texans. And so he officially requested a trade from the Texans a couple of days ago. And he currently on his contract, he has a no trade clause. So he can only dictate where he gets traded. Like
he pretty much can say no or yes or no.
Yes. But the Texans also were in the middle of a coaching hiring, like a coaching search. So they had just hired their new head coach, and apparently during this whole time, Deshaun Watson hasn't spoken to any actual official in the Texans organization since the season ended, and they think that they could still save him and have him come back, and that's what they sold this new head coach on. That hey, you're going to have Deshaun Watson for this next season. So reporters asked him, "What do you think about this trade request?" And he's just like, "Oh, he's staying. He's not going anywhere."
Yeah, that was a shock.
Yeah, he's like, "I wouldn't have taken this job if he was going anywhere." So obviously, there's a disconnect in this organization right off the bat.
Yeah, it's not just the head coach that they got rid of last year. Finally, it's the organization. And I'll sidebar real quick. I saw a funny funny comment on him saying that he was going, he expects Deshaun Watson to be here. Was that a fact about the Texans is that they've never had a black coach since their franchise got started, and their new coach is like black, but he's like a light skinned black, and this guy is like it's tan, so they get some credit, but not all the credit they get for hiring a black coach.
The fuck?
What?
I know it was fucking weird, but it's just the circumstances they brought him in under are odd because, he's expecting it's going to be the Texans versus Deshaun Watson now, and that's not a good. If you're a franchise and you don't win that battle, you're going to be bad for years. So that's kind of a ballsy move by them. I think Watson will not get traded immediately. But I think the only option, because I think the Texans are going to refuse to do it because, again, the Texans have to initiate everything. And I think the Texans are going to be like, fuck you, man. You don't want to play? Fine, don't play. The only option at this point, if Deshaun Watson wants to go there, is he would need to retire for 2 years.
Yeah.
And he would pretty much give up his $30-something million a year. So I don't know if he wants to do that. If he does that, it's pretty much a for sure thing. He won't make the Hall of Fame because Fuzé, if for reference, Deshaun Watson's college football coach, Dabo Swinney, he said that Deshaun Watson is like the Michael Jordan of the NFL, and he is a badass quarterback. He's no Tom Brady, but like, dude, I'll never forget when he torched the fucking Raiders 2 years ago, last minute, after he got like hit in the face by a cleat. Like that was some crazy shit that should never have happened.
For the numbers that this guy puts up and the games that he has, with the lack of talent that's around him, it's remarkable. And like that shows how big of a talent he is. So Fu, let's say, okay, the Texans finally just cave and say, okay, fine, fuck it, we'll trade him. What teams do you think would be high on his list and would actually throw out an offer to get it? And I have some names I can throw out.
Oddly enough, I think the Miami, Deshaun Watson said he'd be interested to go there. I have no idea why. Even though they just had a pretty solid year. But I think what makes the most sense is the fucking Niners. Like,
yes,
if you trade him to the Niners are going to the Super Bowl, barring injury. He would be the piece that they need to finally get back into the Super Bowl. I also saw the Ravens potentially saying they would be interested, but just by them saying that, now they're going to have problems with Lamar Jackson.
Exactly. I don't think the Ravens are a viable option.
No.
Though they're saying that the Panthers, that's one name you didn't mention. The Panthers are another option where they might throw Teddy Bridgewater and like a bunch of first round picks to get Watson. And if Watson's on the Panthers along with Christian McCaffrey, that is going to be a dangerous team. And I honestly think that's his best bet if he can go there, because to play with like a player like Christian McCaffrey, that'll just make the Panthers instant favorites next year.
That's what he needs. That's what he needs to pretty much put up those Brady prime numbers where he threw 50 touchdowns.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
he needs a badass running back to help him get to the playoffs and be the man, because he can be the man. Damn, I didn't think about the Panthers. That's a fucking great one.
Yeah, I saw that they are one of the teams that are involved in potentially, putting a trade package together for him. Another team is the New York Jets, only because they have the second round pick. I think that'd be the worst thing worst team he can go to. Nothing against that new head coach Robert Saleh, who's the first Islamic coach in the NFL. He's a great defensive coordinator, but I just think the organization itself is toxic, similar to like Houston. He's just going back into another toxic organization. So, I'm with the food that I think the Niners. It's between the Niners and the Panthers as the top two destinations for him.
Yeah, those would be the best. I think. Check this wild card out, man. Trading him to the Broncos.
That's that I heard too for Drew Lock.
Yep.
Yeah, for Drew Lock, a bunch of picks.
But I think the Broncos said they would have to give up like 2 years of draft picks pretty much to make it happen.
Yeah. The Texans are really looking to take as much draft capital as possible, especially losing a top talent like Watson. And Watson may not be the only Texan out of there, Foo. You see that J.J. Watt's going to be gone too?
Yeah, people believe that J.J. Watt's just the last game he played, man.
Yep.
As a Texan. And good on him, man. He signed the biggest contract like 4 years ago ever signed by a defensive player. And
he helped the entire city of Houston recover. Like along with like James Harden.
During those floods, right? He donated like $100-something million. Like
he was able to raise
more than the city of fucking Houston.
Yeah. He alone raised $100 million to help bring the city of Houston back after that dangerous hurricane. Mm-hmm. And it's fucked up, man, that he's got to go like this. But I'm interested to see who he gets traded to, because he's gonna be a beast wherever he goes.
Damn, join his brother on the Steelers.
Fuck. Steelers easy Super Bowl next year. Yeah, Foo. See, Foo. So, Foo, that's not it, man. We got some other LA news. We lost a couple of Dodgers this week, Foo.
Yeah, man. They've been with the organization for a while.
Yeah, Foo. Kike Hernandez and Jock Peterson have said bye-bye to LA.
But Jock, we were already talking about Jock possibly leaving even last year.
Jock.
Yeah,
he's been on the trade block for the past 2 years. Yeah,
every year he's been in the league since. Yeah, every year since he's been a rookie, he's been involved in trade talks. And last year he almost got traded to the Angels.
He was about to be he was so close.
Yeah,
well,
it was like
while he was packing his bags, the trade got reneged.
Yeah, so it was inevitable. The one that really surprised me though was Kike. I thought for sure Kike would have come back, especially since he most likely would have had a starting role at either third or second base. Especially if Turner does leave, because he's still a free agent right now, and he may leave too. So it sucks, man. It sucks seeing the banana suit guy leave. No more bubble machine Foo.
Yeah.
Banana suit.
Hey, man. I mean, fuck it, I guess. That's what you get for not wearing your mask, bruh.
Oh, damn.
Yeah, the Foo has zero sympathy for the Dodgers leaving. Well, they're no longer Dodgers, but, the former Dodgers no longer being Dodgers.
I mean, Foo, we got our chip. We can't fall into that fucking comfort zone like when we had Sean Green and Eric Gagne
and Milton Bradley,
Adrian Beltre. Like, no, we got to keep these guys because the fans love them. And it's like, motherfucker, like, they're not helping us win.
Yeah, that's true.
I mean, sure, that's important, but it's like, fuck, man, like, don't be sold on just because the fan base. I mean, yeah, if they wanted to play and stay, that's another thing. But I mean, fuck, dude, they pieced out. I mean, what else? What else do you want to do?
Yeah.
It's great analysis, Fu. Thank you.
No sympathy.
No Beltrays here, Fu.
Well, Fu, you got anything else in sports you want to discuss?
Well, I actually wanted to bring this up for Joe C.
Oh my.
I want to talk about the Super Bowl next week, man.
The superb.
Oh, the superb owl?
That superb owl.
Him and his fucking badass monocle, dude.
That's right.
And his tits pops?
He's so superb.
How many licks, Fu?
1, 2, 3.
I saw online that someone placed a $2.3 million bet for the Tampa Bay Bucks plus 3.5.
Bucks.
Dang, Fu, they took the line, Fu?
Yeah, they took the line, and the line is going to pay out another $2 million. So, okay, they're like, this is probably going to be one of the most like interesting Super Bowls to watch, because we all know what happened every time you doubt Tom Brady.
Yeah, he comes back with a vengeance.
And then the numbers are already indicating Brady is in favor. However, I think, Josh, you can agree to this. Patrick Mahomes is just on another level.
Oh, yeah. And his talent, the talent around him is just, this is his time to go three-peat, Fu. I think he's going to be the first three-peat. It's going to be the first NFL three-peat, right? There's no.
No. He this will be their back-to-back.
Yeah, I know, but I'm saying he's gonna win this and then win the next one.
Well, being said,
Dick, it's all early.
I'm betting on the Chiefs. I want to know what everyone in the room thinks.
I'd like the Chiefs to win. I don't want Brady winning. I've had enough of his ass winning.
Every time people doubt him, he just fucking comes out of nowhere.
And that's why he's the GOAT.
And he hits you with the Billy Club, dude, across the face.
Dude, it's baby goat versus old goat, Fu.
Yeah.
Which
Bucks.
goat has the better milk?
The Bucks.
the little one, obviously.
By the way, I went to I'll tangent real quick. I went to Trader Joe's the other day and I bought some goat's milk.
What the fuck?
How was it?
Was it from Patrick Mahomes, Fu?
It said and Michael Jordan certified.
Oh, okay.
So I know it was
real
legit.
goat milk.
Yeah, it's real goat milk.
Okay.
Dude, it tastes like regular milk.
Huh.
I wonder
shocked. Why, Fu?
It's
shocked. Not like it comes from an animal or anything.
I mean, goats aren't animals, bro. They're aliens, so that's why I was concerned.
Oh.
By the way, Josh,
they're a cleaner animal.
Aiden and Damien downloaded the goat simulator, and my sister could not be more unhappy.
What does that mean?
What is that?
Oh, you guys don't know about the goat simulator?
I'm afraid not, Josh.
This deserves its own segment, dude.
Oh yeah.
What is it?
It's exactly what it's exactly what it sounds like, but we'll fill you in later.
Oh my god.
That sounds awful.
The latest in goat simulation technology, bringing next-gen goat simulation to you. You no longer have to fantasize about being a goat.
You mean it's like goat noises?
It's $5.
Oh, fuck that.
Or it's free on Game Pass, which Josh and I have.
Oh, fuck.
And you could just be a goat. You could throw them around. You can blow them up. You can.
Did you see, Josh? You can equip jetpack to your goat.
Yeah, make them fly.
You can ram buses and cars, dude, and they go flying. It's insane.
Oh God.
The best goat simulator I've ever seen.
Derpy ass goat.
They're all derpy. Have you seen a goat?
Yeah, they look dumb.
That's their default setting.
You know what, Fu? Maybe on the Fu Bar Show's Twitch, I'll live stream some goat simulation.
There you go, man.
God.
That's
We're watching some goat simulation right now. Look at him just flying through there.
looks all stupid with his tongue.
I mean, Fu, we're talking about Brady and fucking Mahomes goats already, so I thought it was pertinent, Fu.
It is, Fu. It is. This you just delivered gold, Jerry. Gold.
No more.
All right.
All right. Well, Josh, I think you said you have the Chiefs, right?
Correct, sir. I got to go Big Red, man.
Yeah, I'm going with the Chiefs, man. You can beat ketchup on steak, but not according to Kansas City food.
What the fuck?
Yeah, Patrick Mahomes likes ketchup on his steak, Fuze.
Oh, God. It's going to be hard to root for this guy. Well, what about you, Steph?
I already said the Bucks. The Bucks. The fucking
Listen,
goat shit.
I know you're pissed off the Falcons lost all those times, Steph, but the NFC's just not going to win.
All those times, Steph.
No. They'll get it.
Yeah.
They'll get it.
2047. The Falcons finally win.
Hey, you never know.
The Hawks will win an NBA championship before the Falcons win one.
Hey, look, as long as somebody from Atlanta wins, fuck.
Huh? Well, I guess you're rooting for the Braves too, huh?
Yeah.
She is, though, Foo.
Oh, fuck me, dude.
And by the way, are the Braves going to join the Cleveland Indians and changing their name, or is it just the Cleveland Indians right now considering?
No, man, because Braves has a different meaning, Foo.
Ah, okay.
They are Braves.
Yeah,
they might change their
the logo.
The logo.
I see. Now,
dude, Cleveland should be the Cleveland Spiders, bro. That's all. Hang on.
I think with my proposition, I think hopefully you'll all get behind this. Can we all petition for them to be called the Steamers?
The Cleveland Steamers?
It would be amazing, dude.
Foo, I don't think they want that kind of publicity, Foo.
Oh, then they don't want to win.
They don't want a court battle with Stanley Steamers, bro.
Why don't they have something to do with
cleaner?
Yeah, I know.
Certified cleaners.
That could be their sponsor.
What about Cleveland Rocks?
The Rocks?
Yeah, I think we discussed that. It was whatever.
That's
Foo,
too
they
on
won
the
the
nose.
Super Bowl by beating the Steelers in the first week of the playoffs. That's how the fans acted anyway.
I would love to see who the mascot of the Cleveland Steamers would be.
It would be some guy with a big ass hose, dude.
Or a guy in a towel, like he just came out of the
Mr.
sauna.
Mr. Hanky on a chest.
Oh, you're talking about that kind of steamer?
Yeah.
It's just some guy in drag with a vacuum cleaner.
Clancy. It's instead of Mr. Hanky, it's Mr. Clancy. Clancy the steamer.
Stupid. Well, anyway, I think it's unanimous for the Food Bar Show that we're rooting for Kansas City, right?
Yeah.
Except for Steph.
Bucks.
All right. Well, you know.
For fuck's sake. For fuck's sake.
Yeah,
that's what you sound like.
I will say, I joined
they definitely have a chance.
I joined a Super Bowl pool, and if my numbers land in favor of the Bucks, by all means, go Bucks.
Whoever wins me money.
I guess. It's not like my team's in there anyway.
Your boys.
Yeah,
the fucking Fleet, dude.
The Fleet.
Go
Those
Fleet.
are my boys. Well, anyway, is that going to do for Sports Foos?
Seafood.
All right. Let's get it on with the music highlights. Today's music highlights is brought to us by the new Oral-B dental dams. Take the J out of BJ with their new Oral-B dental dams. Foos. And on today...
Goddamn.
On today, we have Frank Turner. I haven't talked about Frank Turner since episode 15. It's been a goddamn long time since I brought up Frank Turner. And the last song by him that I played on the Foo Bar Show was his song called 1933, which is very relevant to what's going on or what was going on these last 4 years. But this next one is called Recovery. It's pretty much what you think it is. It's a song about recovery, probably from drugs. And I wanted you guys check it out. So here we go. Recovery
not from a sports injury, Foo?
That's right, Foo. That's right.
Okay.
All right. Here we go.
Blacking in and out in a strange flat in East London. Somebody I don't really know just gave me something to help settle me down and to stop me from always thinking about you. And you know your life is heading in a questionable direction when you're up for days of strangers and you can't remember anything except the way you sounded when you told me you didn't know what I should do. It's a long road up to recovery. like every other day, and just like every boring blues song I
Yeah, so he does a lot of this like feel good singer-songwriter, but with a flair of punk in there. You know what I mean? His voice reminds me a lot of Against Me singer. I forget. He used to be a he, now he's a her. But he sounds a lot like her, and I think his cadence is really folky in a way. And he writes some good lyrics, man. So if you guys have a chance to check out Frank Turner's albums, it's pretty fun. So this next one I wanted to introduce to you guys was by a band that I discovered this morning. I would like to classify them as like a party punk kind of band. They're called Pkew, Pkew, Pkew. And when I introduced them to Steph, immediately she's just like, it's like a punk version of Andrew WK.
That's right.
And they're just a great time. Now, they have a song called Asshole Pandemic. I'm not going to play that one because ironically, they wrote it back in 2017. So I don't know. It fits with what's going on right now, but I think the more melodic, the more memorable song that I heard from them was called 65 Nickels by Pkew, Pkew, Pkew.
It doesn't matter who was wrong or right. I got so many nickels in my pocket, but it's better than walking with you. Cause I got 65 nickels in my pocket for every shit that you put me through.
Do you guys get that Andrew WK flavor?
A little bit, yeah, foo.
There.
That party punk, man. It's good feeling punk, man. I was trying to fill up a hole in my backyard to this music for a little bit. It was working.
Plowing it in.
That's right, Steph.
Is that what we call having sex with Steph in the backyard, foo?
Just plowing it.
Oh shit!
Well, you said you were filling a hole in the backyard.
I was. It was gruesome. Anyway,
in front of your kids, foo. How dare you?
My dogs.
Fur babies.
Well, last week I played a Weezer song off of their new album, OK Human, and when I was talking about Weezer last week, I was saying that they were going to be coming out with a metal album later this year in April.
No.
If you can believe it, Foo. Weezer's making a metal album, and it's going to be called Van Weezer, and they actually started premiering a couple of songs off of that album, and I got to admit, it's not metal. I'm not, but they use some of the tropes that like Eddie Van Halen used, the tapping of the fretboard and that kind of thing. I mean, Rivers grew up listening to metal. The dude's a metalhead. He just makes non-metal music. And I wanted to introduce you guys to one of the singles off of that album coming out later this year called Hero. Check this out.
A kid, I thought I'd save the world, running around and chasing all the criminals, swinging on a web, flying in the sky, shooting lasers from my eyes. But now I know it never was my destiny. It's not my place in life, not who I'm meant to be. And I don't need the glory, I don't need the fame, and I don't wanna wear this cape, cause on the inside I know it won't last. On the inside, I'm an outcast. Well, everybody needs a hero, but I'm not everybody else. I walk alone. Yeah, I walk alone. Yeah, I walk alone. Yeah.
You know, this song actually reminds me of a lot of the material that they came out in the Green album. That's the same album that has like Hash Pipe, Island in the Sun. And, you know, it doesn't sound like Hash Pipe or Island in the Sun, but if you listen to other songs on that album like Knockout, Drag Out, it kind of has that same kind of feeling to this particular song. I don't know if you're familiar with that album, Josh.
Sifu. I like that album.
That's one of the that's one of my favorites. Yeah. There was the last good album.
Like that. Yeah, Foo. Don't you remember that skit with Matt Damon?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
That was a good one from SNL.
Yeah, Foo.
Yeah. Well, that's Weezer for you. They're doing a lot of things when you can't do shit, you know, during a pandemic. So I'm glad that they're staying busy out and
still relevant, Foo. They're still relevant.
Yeah, and they're not bad. You know, a lot of people say that, you know, they haven't I heard a guy once say that they haven't had a good album since the Green album.
Oh, who said that, Foo?
Some guy, dude.
Some wise guy.
Yeah. But I don't know, man. I think that this even though they're trying to call themselves a metal band with this album, it's not going to happen, in my opinion. But it's still good music. I enjoyed the shit out of that one. That one's finger popping music, for sure.
Finger popping.
And last but not least, guys, in the grand old spirit of the Foo Bar Show, in This Week in Music History, back in 1969, you'll appreciate this, Josh. The Beatles with Billy Preston. And Billy Preston's a badass, man. That guy can play a keyboard with the best of them. They played their lunchtime rooftop gig on the top of the Apple building on Savile Row? I don't know. In London. It lasted just over 40 minutes, and it was the last time that the Beatles performed live. They played songs like Get Back, Don't Let Me Down, I've Got a Feeling, the one after 909, and Dig a Pony. Traffic was brought to a standstill as crowds of people gathered below and watched from the windows in nearby buildings. John Lennon, he ended the performance, just like in The Simpsons, with the B sharps by saying, "I'd like to say thank you on behalf of the group and ourselves, and I hope we pass the audition." And I wanted to play a little bit of that evening when that lunchtime hour where they played their music live for the very last time with Billy Preston. This one is "Don't Let Me Down." The earlier live recordings of the Beatles, you can barely hear them because of all the girls that are screaming and that kind of thing when they came when they went to New York for the very first time and played in the stadium, you know. But this just goes to show this is their last live performance, and it just goes to show these guys are so tight together. You know, they're musicians, and it just goes to show why they're one of the best bands in music history. You know, they're amazing, and you know they sound exactly, if not better, live than in their albums. Considering they, at the end of of being a band, they really just became a studio band. They were just really recording in the studio, not kind of. They were acting like there was a pandemic going on. You know, they weren't really playing a whole lot of shows.
Their last couple of albums were all primarily done in the studio. They didn't really have like tours. Yeah. You know, the last few albums, but that just shows the creativity of them, and yeah, they're still one of the best bands ever in rock and roll history. And some people don't like them, Steph, and I like to say those people suck, and
I agree.
Those people should just go to hell. Yeah,
cunt.
Yep. Thank you. You put it perfectly, Fu. Thank you.
Yeah, man. Well, that was today's music highlights. And Fu, before we get started on the Fu facts, today's Fu facts are brought to us by the new IBM. Dinner and a movie has never been this exciting with the new IBM colonoscopy camera. What do you got for us today, Fu?
The fuck, dude?
Try it on after having a big whole helping of chili.
That's right.
Well, Fu, I'm going to test the limits of those IBMs, all right? All right, Foos.
BM for you.
I may have said pre-show that the facts of the day has just one-upped themselves, and they have doubled the amount of facts to choose from. So we're going to be here another hour or so.
Holy shit.
Oh.
I'm just kidding. Let's get it going, Fu.
You got a top unicorn as a country animal, Fu.
Who had the unicorn country animal?
I did. Scotland, Fu.
Scotland. Oh God.
Right. Scotland, where magic comes true, Fu.
Right.
Good old Nessie.
Where they have the leprechauns.
That's Ireland.
It's Ireland.
Dude, whatever, Steph.
You got your racist mascot confused.
Stupid. Phew.
Well, Foos, a study shows most parrots are left-handed.
Foo facts. Foo facts.
Why, could he throw a fucking slider with his left?
I mean, I don't know where these murderous parrots got their hands from, dude, but I mean,
where are they hiding? Underneath their wings?
That's how they reproduce. They just punch each other.
Do you know what a group of parrots are called?
What?
A pandemonium.
Ah, I guess that could be loud.
They fucking squawk.
Yeah. We have parakeets that are found around my house, and they're loud as fuck. It's annoying.
Nice.
Why do Mexican persons of Latin descent always own fucking birds in their backyard?
What's the problem, Fu? We like birds. They're free. They're free creatures.
They're dinosaurs, man. They're the dinosaurs.
I have a family of blue jays.
They're not dinosaurs. Sir. They're not fucking dinosaurs, and I hate that Dinosaurs Against Christians Who Are Against Dinosaurs group because you're only allowed to share dinosaur content, and then people are sharing fucking bird pictures left and right, and it's okay.
These are descendants, the birds.
They're dinosaurs. Have you not seen their feet?
Show me the science, Fu, the science.
Not right now, but yeah, I'll send you a few peer-reviewed articles.
Fine.
All right, what else you got?
Fu, the reason all videos are subtitled on Netflix is because the National Association for the Deaf filed a class action lawsuit against them in 2010.
Foo facts. Foo facts.
Wouldn't it be a lot better if he had that schmuck like at the corner of the screen doing the fucking sign language?
Wow, you're
Fu. Deaf people like movies too.
Yeah, they do.
Thought they read lips.
That's just a stereotype.
Fu, you're a class act, dude.
All right,
Fu.
What are they gonna do? Listen to the podcast and complain? I'm sorry.
Get the fuck out, dude.
Hey,
Fu, actually, like feeling the vibrations on their ears, Fu.
Yeah, my voice.
Fu, actually, when you were posting the videos on Facebook, they would automatically upload subtitles for us. I don't know if you knew that.
That's a setting that I clicked on.
They were very off, but nonetheless, they were there.
Oh yeah. Apparently, in the subtitles were the food bar show.
Yeah, food bar. Come and get your food.
It's discussed a lot on this show, so they're not wrong.
Yeah, that's true. All right, what else you got?
Yeah. All right. Antonio Banderas, the star of Puss in Boots, watched the red carpet premiere alone in a giant theater with 25 cats wearing 3D glasses.
What the fuck? Wrong one.
Foo facts. Foo facts.
creepy.
Antonio,
movie, it's
Antonio Banderas is a sick fuck, dude.
He was Zorro.
Who? Private investigator Tom Grant, who was hired by Courtney Love to find missing Kurt Cobain days leading up to his death, believes that Kurt Cobain was murdered by Courtney Love.
I've heard that too. Crazy.
There's actually a documentary on, I think it was Netflix, that talked about this or discussed this fact. I think it was they had Tom Grant, like he was interviewing, and he was saying, "Yeah, I fully believe that Courtney Love was the one that murdered."
Hey, did you guys see recently they released a documentary saying the FBI agents back in the fucking whenever JFK was assassinated,
60s?
In the 60s, that they actually were the ones who put a hit on JFK?
I thought it was a CIA. That's what I heard.
Yeah, well, a lot of them were saying it was the FBI because of J. Edgar Hoover. So, I mean, everyone wanted him. Everyone wanted him gone.
Yeah.
It wasn't just the CIA.
He was pissing off a lot of people, yeah.
Yeah, it's correct. Well, I guess a newer documentary came out with some people who said that we actually had a contract and there were people on the grassy knoll with guns, which is like was disproved until the Warren case came out. Yeah. Oh, damn, this next one's fucked up, dude. Ready?
Okay.
All right. Kiko, who is the whale from Free Willy, was put into an unhealthy small pool in Mexico City where he was malnourished after achieving fame from the movie Free Willy.
Oh. What a bunch of bastards.
Dude, fucking Willie ain't free, bro.
Have you seen that documentary, Blackfish? So
yeah,
sad. So sad.
I never want to go to SeaWorld again.
Right?
Definitely not. I'll go if they have pigeons there, though.
Pigeons?
Parrots?
I mean, they're dinosaurs, right? Fucking Jose.
That's right.
Pigeons
go to the
are
zoo.
Fucking everywhere. You can go to the park down your street from your house.
Look outside.
Just go outside. There'll be a pigeon next to the fucking garbage can.
I haven't seen pigeons around these parts in some time, man.
Because they're government cameras, man.
Oh, they're in maintenance mode. Got
That's
it.
right. That's
Pigeon
right.
drones.
Jesus, man. Hey, check out this fucking fact, Foos.
All right.
One of the longest wars in history was between the Netherlands and the Isles of Scilly. And the war lasted from 1651 to 1986.
Holy shit.
Whoops. Yeah, it's okay.
What do you got?
So, 300-year war, fool. 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 Yeah, you are a fool.
Well, that's for the closed captioning, right?
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. 335-year war, foo. There were no casualties.
Okay. Sounds a lot like my war with the Dutch.
What can I say, foo? The Dutch know how to win wars, foo.
Just wait it out.
There's two things I hate most in this world: people who are intolerant of other people's cultures, and the Dutch.
Bring it home, Foo. What else you got? One last one.
Oh, fuck, man. Dude, I'm only on page one of my
No, we're not doing all of them.
I have not been doing all of them.
Okay. Bring it home,
Okay.
man. Bring it home.
You know what? This one's for you, Josie.
Okay.
Reindeers love to eat psychedelic mushrooms because they may get high off of them, and it is believed this could be the origin of the flying reindeer myth.
Nice. That's good. That's interesting.
So they just start jumping off of cliffs after getting high on shrooms. And they start to take off.
Well, someone watching them is also on shrooms, and they believe they're flying.
Crazy fool.
They start flapping their ears, trying to lift off.
And then one of them got coke. So that's the genesis of fucking Rudolph right there.
I knew it. Hey, suck a la bolsita.
Suck a homie.
Jesus, dude.
Hey, Prancer. Suck a la bolsita.
Well, Foos, another successful Foo Bar show in the books. That's let's see, we're up to 216, man.
Too much.
Should we look forward to a Podzilla anytime soon here, Foo? Are we going to try this for next week or maybe the following one? What do you think?
Maybe the following. That way we can all have an opportunity to watch said shit fest of a movie, Godzilla versus Megalon.
Well, are we just going to watch that one, or did you want to tie it in with the next one after that?
No, I do not want to tie it in.
Oh, okay.
We can.
I say we just fucking we just need to shit on one of the last bad Godzilla movies.
Okay, all right, I'm down for that. I mean, because they've progressively been getting shitty. So, except you guys actually liked Ibra. That's true. I did like that one.
It was a good movie. You just didn't like the soundtrack.
I just hated the fucking surfing music, dude.
The Batman surf music.
Yeah. Well. All right, Foo. Well, tell your lady hello, and to take care. Don't do anything stupid now that you're going to be a daddy.
Mm-hmm. Don't get the Rona.
Don't get the Rona and such.
Damn, I have to fucking take some of those online classes, Foo.
Yeah, man. Yeah. Well, anyway, thank y'all very much for listening into the Foo Bar Show. Thanks for hitting subscribe, and remember to rate, review, and tell your friends like a fucking champion. You can always reach us and check out our new merch at FooBarShow.com. That's FOOBarshow.com. And search for FOO Bar Show on YouTube, Twitch, Twitter, and Instagram. Check us out. Drop us a line, and we'll fill it up like a couple of foos. I've been Josie.
With the Foo.
I've been Josh.
And Steph.
Signing off, saying...